There we go. Good morning. I'm coming to you from another beautiful fall day in Columbus, Mississippi, on my way to work. It's about 7:20. I love this walk to work every day. It gives me a nice chance to get my head straight before I talk about literature for most of the day, or writing. Today I'm gonna have 3 classes. I'm gonna have, first of all, creative writing. We're gonna be workshopping some fiction pieces, and also talking about dialogue. Then I'll have university English literature, where we'll be talking about the Gothic romance and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And then later in the day, after lunch, we'll have a chance to talk about how to respond to poetry and essay writing in my university composition class. So I'll keep you posted. I'm on campus now, not quite to our school, but I wanted to show you something you may not know. Right over there is what was the gym when I was a student at MSMS. We played basketball in there. There's a little workout room and so forth. We don't use it anymore. There's a big fancy new gym now, of course. But also right over here between these trees is Fant Resident Hall, and this is where the girls' dorm was when I was a student. So, you know, I get to pass by this every morning on my walk and have a nice little nostalgia trip about all the times that we would gather outside or in the lobby of Fant. All right, I've made it onto campus. Now it's time for our daily temperature check with Miss Elsmore.
Good morning. No.
Too low. I've been walking in the cold. We'll try again.
I'll try again. Oh, goodness gracious.
I might not be alive. I'm sorry.
This is what you have to endure every single day. I think you're not alive. See, look. It's low.
95.5.
Oh, 95.5, yeah.
That's
You
close enough.
registered. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Look, the fact that my temperature didn't want to register on that thermometer is a little bit concerning as I start the day, so I am going to head to the coffee shop in the library to try to get a pick-me-up. Check out who I found.
Good morning, everybody.
On the way back from the library, and he brought treats.
Apple caramel cupcakes. That's what you need on a Thursday.
Exactly, and this is why we're consistently rated the ¡1 faculty.
That's right.
That right there.
We're carbo loading right here. Carbo loading. We're gonna go for a jog in a little bit. Don't spill your coffee.
Well, here we are in Hooper 106, my home away from home. Gonna be settling in for a nice day of virtual class right here at my desk. Green tea, breakfast cupcake, hand sanitizer. Now we're ready. All right, here I am with the creative writing class, who at 8 o'clock in the morning are ready to go. Look at them. Look at how, look, there's one ready to go at 8 o'clock in the morning. I saw some of them with big mugs of caffeine to help jolt them into a start, so we'll see how it goes. We'll check in later. Kind of a whirlwind here between classes, not a lot of time to turn around, so we switch from creative writing, go straight into university English literature, which of course is a British literature survey from all the way back to Beowulf to the modern era. So we are in the late Romantic period, about to transition to the Victorian period. But before we do, we got to talk about Frankenstein.
Jerk. Horrendous. Apathetic. Cruel.
Rude.
Dramatic. Foolish.
now it's time to pick up a sandwich for a lunch date with my wife who works on campus. Well, my phone died during my last class, which is of course a rookie move for a vlogger, but that's okay because the night is young in MSMS world. Where are we about to go, buddy?
Soccer play.
We're gonna see the soccer game, that's right. In case you thought the life of an MSMS faculty member was glamorous 100% of the time, what am I going to spend my Friday morning doing? The annual Cyber Security and Privacy Awareness Training.
2,000 years later.
It's research paper season in university composition, so let's check in on their library consultation going on right now on Zoom.
So again, you'll see brief article, critical essay. You want critical essay, right? So this will be your best bet.
I'm on my way to the garden beside the Mary Wilson house. It's time for my close-up for the MSMS holiday card. Glamorous lifestyle, huh? My work service teaching assistant Kate is here. She's also the news editor for The Vision, and she's working on a research project that The Vision is putting together for next May, where we're going through the archives here from Vision's past. So what have you found so far, Kate?
There have been a lot of really interesting articles, like some teachers that have received like presidential awards. There was a gala at the Mississippi University for Women, and it's really interesting to see how a lot of the earlier editions did like student life articles. Like comparing it to the edition that we put out last year has been really cool.
All right, y'all, it's been fun, but it's 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. Time to go home for the weekend. Hey there, it's Saturday morning, and we're gonna be here at what will soon be Friendly City Books, putting together some shelves. Friendly City Books is owned and operated by Emily Liner, MSMS class of 2004.
Hi everybody. Like Thomas said, my name is Emily. I'm an MSMS alum, and I am opening an independent bookstore right here in downtown Columbus, walking distance from campus. So I hope that students will come by to see us when we open in a few weeks. But this is going to be our space. We just had it painted and we did some construction. This I'm pretty proud of. I found a local guy on Facebook who does woodworking. So he made this for us, and we're going to be putting our logo on top of it. Right now, everything is kind of in boxes, as you can probably see. These boxes have bookshelves in them. I need a lot of bookshelves to go into a bookstore. This room we're going to be able to use for book clubs, and students could also potentially use it for study groups. So keep that in mind. We'll make that available starting in January, and it will look a lot cooler by then. And then through here, basically what I've been doing is working through my initial inventory. I've received a lot of used books by donation, and I'm starting to order new books as well. So this bookshelf actually has all books from the University Press of Mississippi. They publish books on behalf of all the public universities here in Mississippi. They're based in Jackson, and so they've got a lot of really great titles about Mississippi history that I loaded up on. And in here is where I'm starting to go through used book inventory. Everything on this wall was donated by one person who she lives in Prentice, Mississippi, and this is her and her sister's collection, and she was nice enough to donate it. And then around here, these are books that were donated to us by the Friends of the Library here in Columbus. As y'all may know, if you've taken the Tales from the Crypt class or any of Mr. Yarborough's classes, MSMS does a lot of research at the Columbus Library, and they were nice enough to donate some books to us as well. I have this really big space that will eventually be available for events. Hopefully we'll have authors coming through. We just had an event online with the author of a book about the New Orleans Saints, And about a month ago, we did an event with 2 mystery writers who are from Mississippi. So come January, I'm hoping to have another event scheduled, and maybe by then we'll be able to be in person more often. So that's the bookstore right now. It's gonna change a lot by the time y'all get here.
Good morning. It is Sunday morning before church. I am in the farm truck with the trusty farm dog, Bure. We are about to clear out a fence line, and after that we're going to go get gasoline and diesel so that we can do some bush hogging and maybe a little bit of limb trimming as well. It's not very exciting, but keeps things looking nice. So that you can see the fence line. It's got all kind of dead stuff in it that has to be trimmed out and burned. So if you were a pyromaniac, you might be a good farmer also. So if you took either my University American Literature class or my Modern American Poetry class, or a poetry or American Lit class from Mr. Richardson or Dr. Curtis, you might remember the Robert Frost poem, Mending Wall, where the speaker of the poem gets in touch with his neighbor and they meet at the fence to clear things out. And you know, the irony of the poem is that the neighbor says good fences make good neighbors, and the speaker thinks that he's daft. Well, since I'm out here doing this with a dog instead of a neighbor, I think that the speaker is probably wrong. It is great to have neighbors who will clear the fence line with you. I know my neighbor is a busy guy. He's got cows and he's a fire department guy, and he also cuts trees for a sideline. But clearing out fence lines is not very much fun. I don't know if it's any more fun to deal with barbed wire and poison ivy and scrub than it is to deal with stones and boulders as you're putting your fence up, but it probably doesn't matter. It's just a pain in the rear end either way. As you can see, this is the kind of burn pile that a pyromaniac would dream of. It's about 6 or 8 months worth of cuttings from fence lines and things like that. It is still Sunday. We have finished moving all the brush from the fence line to the burn pile, and now we have the pleasure of doing a sit-down job. We are about to, Bure and I are about to start bush hogging some places that need to get bush hogged. We might also check in on the chickens who are right here. This would be Bo and Bertha. They're in their coop right now. They're molting and a little bit vulnerable, so we've got them, let's see. Hey Bo, that's the rooster, and Bertha is in there somewhere too. There she is. So we are checking on the chickens, making sure they have food and water, which they do, and we're about to start bush hogging, sort of the middle pasture. What you see over my shoulder is about a 2-acre ash grove. It's pretty useless wood unless you're trying to build baseball bats, picking up some trash that blew into the yard on the way. But one of the unfortunate things about global warming is that certain species don't respond well to the increase in temperatures. Ash is one of those species. We're fortunate not to have a big die-off here, because then it would just be ugly and useless instead of just useless. But our grove is fairly healthy to this point, so we're lucky. So Bure, the farm dog, and I are headed inside now, and I think I have a club meeting. I think the third self will meet tonight, and I will also get to work on, well, everyone's favorite thing, letters of recommendation for seniors who are eager to start non-COVID lives next year at a destination yet to be determined. All right. right, it is Monday morning and I'm in the driveway. It'll take me a couple of minutes to get on the road, technically speaking, but today in my classes I will be looking at some stuff for podcasts in the composition class, teaching bridesmaids in the film class, and I will be talking about the poetry of T.S. Eliot in the American literature class. And what I usually do on my drives to work is listen to the radio. I listen to NPR and I also listen to Super Talk, which I generally consider opposition research. Unfortunately, they get the skinny on just about everything that's going on in Mississippi politics, so I will listen to that. But it all helps me think about ways to bring the world to the classroom, or sometimes the classroom to the world.
It is Wednesday after school. We are taking child number 2 with physical therapy. Just another ACL repair. Just one more thing to keep my mind occupied other than grading papers. So it's still Wednesday afternoon. I've just gotten back from taking child number 2 to the physical therapist, and I'm about to sit down and start working on some tests that need to be graded. I have gotten letters of recommendation out of the way, but now I'm going to do some committee work and get ready for clubs, which will meet later this evening. As you look at the videos that I've taken so far, you'll see farm work, you'll see school work, you'll see family stuff that intervenes from time to time. It's really hard to keep all these balls in the air. And as you turn your eyes from high school to college and then from college through to a career, I would love it if you kept balance in mind. It is so hard to know exactly what you want to do in your age. And in fact, I would imagine that very few of you do. I certainly did not know exactly what I wanted to do when I was a junior or a senior in high school. I thought I was going to be a lawyer. And then, I went to college and met people who wanted to be lawyers and decided that was not what I wanted to do. Of course, I did something even better. I married a lawyer. Now, all jokes aside, balance is crucial. You'll spend most of your waking hours for your adult life away from the things you love. So find something for a career, for a life that will make you happy and will make it feel like you're making a difference in the world, which is what I encourage you to do.